Hello there, a lovely and warm welcome to Hope Channel Zambia. Just in time for the news, let's take a look at stories making headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema calls for hard work among Zambians. A local non-governmental organization in Eastern Province has stepped in to end absenteeism from school among girls due to menstrual health. Mission through Airwaves concert raise hope for differently abled Chongwe resident. A family strengthened by God's word despite mysterious death of Brian Njunga. And in religious matters, over 123,000 kwacha has been raised towards campsite electrification for Sunrise Mission District. We have more of these stories coming up shortly.
My wife, bumper harvest. Eh?
Daddy,
I'm telling you.
your new fertilizer. Ni amini.
Eh?
Iye daddy
Tell you.
Hello. My instructions. Ya kunkabuno bwino mwamene.
I went to ETG, and now we are enjoying the benefits of using a blended D-compound fertilizer as basil and Kynoplus as top-dressing fertilizer instead of urea that we used last year. Now look here. This year, it has given me 4 tons. 4 tons. But last year, it was only 1.8 tons. Kynoplus has given all my crops the nitrogen that I paid for.
Wow.
It has saved me money. Telling you.
Understanding the difference between soil and crop-specific fertilizers, therein lies strength for Kynoplus blended fertilizers. More value in a bag. Available in the ETG depots countrywide, with a network providing agronomy services to farmers across the country. Kynoplus. Enhanced efficiency through innovation. A product of ETG.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Bright Sinkozi with the details. Sharon Akufuna is casting in sign. The details. Republican Vice President Mutale Nalumango says leaders in the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa COMESA region have a mandate to put in place measures that will shape the continent to attain peace and security. Mrs. Nalumango said conflicts in the region negatively impact meaningful development and should be resolved amicably. And speaking in an exclusive interview soon after touring the Democracy Gallery at Mulungushi International Conference Center, the Vice President said there is need for all COMESA states to equitably distribute resources if peace and sanity is to be attained by all member countries. Meanwhile, Mrs. Nalumango has retaliated the need for COMESA to create a conducive trading area which is only possible if boundaries such as borders could be removed for smooth movements of goods.
Officially opened this year, Zambia is hosting the 22nd Summit at Mulungushi International Conference Center, KK Wing in Lusaka. The COMESA Heads of State and Government Summit is the forum that brings together the heads of state or government of the member states and is officially referred to as the Authority. The Authority is the supreme policy organ of the Common Market. Republican Vice President Mutale Nalumango officiated the event. In an exclusive interview, Ms. Nalumango says there is need for equal distribution of money within COMESA.
COMESA is endowed with all that it has: natural resource, human capital, and therefore should be able to attract investment. Yes, that is true, and that's why I'm happy to be part of this meeting of Foreign Affairs Ministers, because it is tackling the issues of peace, security, and economic development. It is important. And how do we do this? To ensure that we are able to create an enabling environment for investment. One, what is being discussed here is important. The issues of democracy. The democratic principles and tenets must be adhered to by all governments, because that is what will help to ensure peace. And when we talk democracy, for me and for this country, is really the rule of law. The rule of law, following through the constitution, constitutionalism. We should not just have constitutions, but should follow them through. That is one thing that all leaders of our region, Comesa region, must adhere to. Number three, it is the issue of distribution of resources in our countries. Equitable distribution of our resources in our countries. This will reduce on conflict within the countries, and therefore this implies that there will be also peace.
She says COMESA needs to have one trading commercial bloc which will see development in the countries.
This is why we are talking of one border issues. This is one of the infrastructures that we should look at for us to facilitate the movement of people, movement of goods. Also the infrastructure, whether we like it or not, is not just about borders. I think even internally they should be that. The digital or technological, infrastructure should also be put in place to quickly be able to integrate and do trade without the hassle of having to physically move from point A to point B. So indeed, infrastructure is another issue that must be looked at to develop so that COMESA can truly be integrated into the real COMESA one.
Ms. Nalumango has commended Zambia for the continuous peace that has been exhibited since 1964.
And I'm happy with the vote of thanks, noting that this is a peaceful country. We have gone through, from 1964, 73 tribes have remained united. Yes, politically we can speak, but we remain a brother and a sister to one another.
Later, the Vice President toured the Presidential Gallery, which exhibits the rich political history in the country. Esna Tsikazwa, Hope News, Lusaka.
Now, Republican President Mr. Hakainde Hichilema has called on Zambians to work hard in order to invest more and contribute positively to the economic growth of the country. The president says it's high time Zambians made meaningful investments that stand the test of time, as opposed to leading luxurious lifestyles that do not leave a seed of investment at the end. Speaking when he officiated at the official opening of the new Indo-Zambia Bank head office in Lusaka today, Mr. Hichilema said there is no such thing as miracle money. Therefore, it was the job of every Zambian to work hard and create revenue for themselves and the country. The head of state described the newly commissioned Indo House as a monument that demonstrates the strong bilateral ties between the people of Zambia and India, urging the people of Zambia to emulate some of the strategies India has put up to improve the living conditions of its people. And Finance Minister Stumbeko Musokotwani showed gratitude to Indo-Zambia Bank for their exceptional banking services to Zambia. He added that the new infrastructure also contributes positively to beautifying the country's capital city, Lusaka. Speaking at the same event, India's High Commissioner to Zambia, Ashok Kumar, said that the newly constructed structure stands as a testimony of the wonderful relationship shared between Zambia and India. Mr. Kumar further reiterated his country's resolve to partner with Zambia in value addition for the mutual benefits of the two countries. We'll have that picture coming a little later as we continue with the news. But now let's head straight to Eastern Province, where standing up for the youth and women in Zambia, a local non-governmental organization has begun a project of donating sanitary towels in schools surrounding Petauke district in Eastern Province. The aim is at helping young girls to appreciate the importance of their menstrual cycle. District Project Coordinator Sarah Banda says her organization has observed that girls in primary schools in rural areas skip school when it's during their menstrual cycle, which he says they feel embarrassed. She says lack of effective materials for menstrual hygiene management leads to school absenteeism, thus impeding their academic performance. Ms. Banda says in rural areas, girls are often forced to use unsanitary methods of menstrual health due to lack of money to buy necessary materials. She further says the initiative will empower girls to take full control of their menstrual health and to become agents of change in their communities, and also educate their peers and communities on sustainable menstrual health management practices. Sambo David gives us details in this report.
Many girls in primary schools in rural areas skip school when their month menstrual cycle is in full swing. They are subjected to embarrassment and fear of teasing related to menstruation. This, together with menstrual pain and lack of effective materials for menstrual hygiene management, leads to school absenteeism, thus impeding their academic performance. Girls in rural areas are often forced to use unsanitary method of menstrual health management, including dirty rags, leaves, newspapers, and can even be exploited in exchange for supplies. By providing girls with the sanitary pads, we allow them to continue attending school with dignity and confidence, leading to their future success. Today, Standing Up for the Youths and Women in Zambia promotes women and girl engagement by distributing sanitary pads to girls in primary and secondary schools as a menstrual hygiene intervention to reduce school absenteeism. Standing Up for the Youths and Women in Zambia District Project Coordinator Sarah Banda says each quarter the organization is providing sanitary pads to girls in need so that they feel empowered and confident to attend school during the menstrual cycle. She says with access to safe hygiene products, they are able to prioritize their education and focus on their future.
Our target number is to reach at least 300 girls, those who are less privileged, and also to make the girl child feel proud of being a girl child, not for them to be feeling shameful of them being female, but rather to make them feel proud of being females, and also to honor a girl child. That's why we are doing that. And also we are also appealing to the big organizations that would like to partner with us or that to fund us, because this is the challenge that we are facing. We would love to reach a greater number, but because of our finances, we are not really able to do that.
Standing Up for the Youths and Women in Zambia District Deputy Project Coordinator Elisha Banda said the distribution of sanitary pads is aimed at helping young girls to appreciate the importance of their menstrual cycle.
So the purpose why we are donating these sanitary pads in schools, it's that to make the pupils or our ladies to appreciate and to be proud of the menstrual hygiene day. Then it's not only that, we are also going through schools sensitizing about male circumcision. The purpose of sensitizing about male circumcision, also as men, we need to be circumcised in order to promote hygiene.
Here, teachers and pupils says providing sustainable menstrual health and management to girls benefit them in countless ways. Their physical, healthy, the ability to continue their education and preventing victimization.
The government and other stakeholders have realized that this is very important for a girl child. A girl child shouldn't feel inferior, shouldn't miss class because of menstruation, shouldn't feel like she's a slave because she's menstruating. A girl child is supposed to feel proud for being a girl child, not so? Yes.
Petauke Primary School, we are so grateful that the organization recognized us to come and help our learners on those lines, because being a rural setup, we may say it's a township, but it's not that township, because we have a number of learners that are unable to manage an expense for a sanitary pad. So this has come as a blessing, and we hope the organization is going to continue.
First of all, I'd love to thank you for the organization that has given us this sanitary pads. Also, everyone who came to our and it's actually a gift. Thank you for caring for us.
We are very happy
for this organization that we have received free sanitary pads. It's not easy for my fellow learners, especially in order for them to have such kind of things. They are very expensive.
I thank the organization of this, because as people see, others, we don't have enough money to buy this.
Providing safe menstrual health solutions that directly resulted in decrease in dropout rates for Zambia schoolgirls, thus increasing their contribution to the sustainability of their local communities. As the saying goes, educate a girl child, educate a nation. With strong education foundations, circles of poverty in poor communities can be broken. Access to menstrual hygiene products is a basic human right, and lack of access can seriously affect girls' health and education. Sambo, David.
Now, what was intended only to be a fundraising venture for Adventist gospel singer Davis Mulaya last Sunday at Mulungushi International Conference Center became a source of hope for Chongwe-based differently abled Olipa Chongo. This was after Olipa Chongo and her sister Mary traveled from Chongwe to attend the fundraising concert, only to hear a live performance of the song by Davis Mulaya entitled Ichilema, which gives them hope. Though the song was already sung at the time they arrived, Mary stepped forward to request that the song be resung as it blesses Olipa's soul. Without hesitation, gospel singer Mulaya took to the mic and sang the song, which he could not sing to the end, as he was touched by the love and hope the song gives many, which includes Olipa. Concert attendants could not resist their emotions, as most of them became emotional and donated money for Olipa's case, which according to Mary will be used to place a modern toilet pan and a bathtub. We have details in this report.
Prepared and dressed in their Sunday best in readiness for the Davis Mulaya concert at Mulungushi International Conference Center in Lusaka. This is Mary and Olipa Chongo, who have traveled from Chongwe to Lusaka to listen to music from a renowned musician in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. While the concert was running, a request was made by the Chongo family to sing their favorite song, dubbed Okufyalwa Ichilema, translated as being born disabled. This song encourages the Chongo family, as they have a family member, Olipa, who has been suffering from cerebral palsy since the age of 2 for over 35 years.
She got sick when she was 2 years 7. That's when she got sick. We tried hospital medicine, we tried traditional, we tried prayers, but nothing worked. Yes.
Olipa is now 37 years and is currently being kept by her elder sister Mary in Chongwe.
More than 35 years, because she's now 37 years. We have been helping each other, me and my mother. Tangala titandizirana, taking her care. At some point in Zinalekana school, kuti nizimu samalira uyu. There's a song sung by Davis Mulaya. That song of Davis Mulaya, which we have been following, and it has been encouraging us that there are people wamene wangankale chilema kumubiri, but kumuzimu baenda. Wangankale chiulu kumubiri, but kumuzimu bakamba. Ija nyimbo yankala itishita encourage, and for sure Olipa has been a guide to me. Tandizira mukuganizira mukuchita vintu ama nchita guide. So with that, we really thank God. There was a musical concert for Davis Mulaya. Tashita request song ija chifukwacho fika late yakuti tilibe transport takwera bus yamene izo ima every station. Kufika kuja tashita request nyimbo yamene baimba kudala. Thank God. Davis Mulaya is a man of God. He accepted to re-sing that song, asking us to sit in front.
After the request was made, the song was sung passionately. This gesture prompted the audience to make donations to the Chongo family without reserve. Miss Chongo expressed happiness and thanked everyone present.
Children of God blessed us with gifts, which I'll be able to put up at least Nizaika flashable toilet and a bathtub for her. Put at least bathing in a toilet issue wouldn't be a problem because in the past I've been using a Kaddish for her. So says it's a Kaddish. But at least Abba, Mulungati Dalisa will work on that one. Nyamikira mulungu pa daliso limena tupasa ningo pempera kuti mulungu adalise Davis Ulaya na banja yake na ma musician wonse benzi bafika benitapelo bena ngoni wandani, all the musicians that were there, even people who came actually were blessed the Lord by people who attended that musical concert.
Esnatsika's Hope News, Lusaka.
Let's go on a break.
There is nothing quite like the thrill of catching your own fish. And at Papino Investments, we bring that experience to you. Papino Investments, the home of live fish, has everything you need to make your meals unforgettable.
It has a different taste, and that is why I enjoy coming to this place.
From live fish that you can catch for yourself to smoked fish, just chickens and beef, we have a wide range of products that will satisfy your shopping needs. And if you're looking for something else, we have a wide range of groceries to choose from, including Hope Channel decorders. At Papino Investments, payment is easy. You can pay with cash or use our mobile money services. Visit us today at Robert's Fish and Veggies Building, Challenge Market, Lusaka, or call us at 0955 108708 or 0976 543822 or 0965 691909. Papino Investments, the home of live fish.
Ignite your June with Topstar. Catch the best of Chipolopolo, series plus many more for only 160 kwacha. Antenna Classic or Dish Smart. Witness Zambia's Chipolopolo senior team host the Elephants of Ivory Coast on the 17th of June at the Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in the crucial AFCON qualification match, live at 15 hours on World Football. On the same day, don't miss the must-watch Lesotho versus Comoros, live at 16 hours on Sports Life. And all the other CAF AFCON 2023 qualifiers from the 14th to the 20th of June on ST Sports channels. There is more. Continue to follow the best of series daily on Novella E+, and don't miss the premiere of the new Thai series, The Wife, on the 24th of June, every day at 2040 hours, plus all the latest of Indian movies and series. Subscribe now. Topstar. Enjoy digital life.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. We continue with the news. Let's retake a story that was earlier read, where Republican President Mr. Hakainde Hichilema has called on Zambians to work hard in order to invest more and contribute positively to the economic growth of the country. The rest of the story is in this report.
Republican President His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema has officially opened Indo-Zambia Bank new head office in Lusaka. President Hichilema, who was in the company of cabinet ministers and other senior government officials, towards the new Indo House and was impressed with what he saw. Speaking during the ceremony, The head of state stressed the need for Zambians to emulate Indo-Zambia Bank and place sufficient effort in investments.
Most parastatals we have are demanding subvention after subvention from the taxpayer. He doesn't own the money. The Minister of Finance doesn't own the money. The money is owned by taxpayers. And that money, once we set up the business, IDC Chief Executive, is not to be consumed. It's to be invested for a return. It is to grow those investments so you can be weaned off the taxpayer's ticket, so that the taxpayer in the annual budget can take care of students from vulnerable families. Citizens of Zambia developing a love to go to witch finders and prayer sessions for miracle money. There is no miracle money. I do not agree with miracle money myself. We have to work diligently.
Lusaka Province Minister Sharon commended the role Indo-Zambia Bank plays to shape the economic structure of the country through job creation.
The role played by entities like Indo-Zambia Bank in shaping the economic landscape of Zambia cannot be overemphasized. These institutions have been instrumental in providing financial aid to individual governments and businesses across the country, enabling them to pursue their dreams and ambitions.
Finance Minister Stumbeko Msokotwane said the new infrastructure will go a long way in adding beauty to the face of the capital city.
So on account of this occasion, the most important message I want to deliver to the bank is congratulations for this wonderful investment. But I also want to thank the bank on account of a few things. Number one, the quality of service that the bank has been delivering, especially to the modest Zambians. I can testify to that the bank has done a wonderful job.
And speaking at the same event, India's High Commissioner to Zambia, Ashok Kumar, describes the new Indo-Zambia Bank head office as a symbol demonstrating the wonderful bilateral ties shared between the two countries.
The Indo-Zambia Bank is a shining example of the strong and sustainable bilateral relations between two friendly countries of India and Zambia. The leadership of both countries during that time until now have paid a lot of attention on the relationship based on our mutual understanding on many issues of bilateral interests, where our relationship is mutually respect based on spirit of partnership and for mutual benefit.
Meanwhile, Indo-Zambia Bank Board of Directors Chairperson Dr. Michael Gondwe reaffirms the bank's commitment to providing quality service delivery.
I further would like to reiterate Indo-Zambia's commitment to being a supportive and reliable developmental partner of the government, or keeping the bank on an upward trajectory of growth. Our bank will continue to uphold the highest tenets of corporate governance and implement policies and strategies that are consistent with the new Dawn administration's developmental agenda.
The guest of honor, President Hichilema, then proceeded to the tree planting ceremony in honor of this auspicious ceremony. Daniel Chilema, reporting for Hope News in Lusaka.
Last week, Thursday, a memorial parade in remembrance of the plane crash that happened in 1961 and claimed the lives of everyone on board, including Dag Hammarskjöld, the second Secretary General of the United Nations, was held in Ndola on the Copper Belt at the plane crash site. The event was graced by the United Nations Under-Secretary General for Peace and Operations, Jean-Pierre Lacroix, who was accompanied by the advisor in the Department of Peace and Operations, General Birem Diop. Mr. Lacroix expressed his satisfaction with Zambia's dignified preservation of Dag Joyd's memory, noting how much it meant to the United Nations. He added that by paying tribute to Dag Hammarskjöld's legacy, people are paying homage to the principles the tremendously inspirational man carried with him. Mr. Lacroix also emphasized that parts of the world, especially those not too far from Zambia, face challenges to peace and security. The memorial is held every 5 years at Dag Hammarskjöld Memorial Site in Ndola.
I want to pay tribute to Zambia not only for keeping the memory of this remarkable man, but also for Zambia's commitment to peace and security, indeed to the very ideals and values that Dag Hammarskjöld embodied. Zambia is a trusted partner to the UN, it's a committed nation to peace and security. It's a valued and trusted partner to UN peacekeeping. And I believe, therefore, that it is totally fitting that this impressive and moving memorial is in the territory of this beautiful country, Zambia. So, again, Excellencies and ladies and gentlemen, many, many thanks for being here, for gathering this wonderful group of civilian and military leaders. I salute the troops that are with us today. Many of you have been or will be peacekeepers, and I express my wholehearted gratitude to you.
Now, a man identified as Brian Njunga has died a mysterious death in the western suburbs of Lusaka's Kanyama compound. According to reports, the deceased was brought home in a wheelbarrow, already dead, by his friends, claiming that they found him on the ground after falling from a shop in the neighborhood. That uncle to the deceased, Harrington Masuku, says the family, despite the manner in which Brian died, they are strengthened by the word of God, and that for the dead it has ended, but remains unto the living to prepare for such as long as Christ does not return. Mr. Masuku says the family is experiencing a hard time, but there is need for everyone to accept the death of his nephew. The said burial will take place tomorrow at the Old Leopards Hill Memorial Site in Lusaka.
First and foremost, it is a very difficult situation which has happened to us as a family, where we have lost our nephew. You know, death comes well as you don't expect it. Once it knocks the doors, that is when you can feel the pinch of death. But all in all, what we can say is it has come, and we have accepted, and we have prepared to say we forge ahead and we go ahead to bury our nephew, and the burial will be done tomorrow. There are a lot of issues which takes place when death strikes. There are a lot of things which maybe others they have heard, which as a family we are not yet clear. We could not hear them, but what we know is death is part of our life. So as a family, we are encouraging all the viewers right now to say, as we are living, let's prepare ourselves to say death is part of life as well. As we are told in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 9, reading on verse 5, Solomon says, it is the living which knows to say one day they will die. But the memory of the person who has died, it is gone. It has been forgotten. So as the living, let's prepare for anything, any eventuality which will come on our way. But what is important is to give our lives to Christ.
The Zambia Revenue Authority, ZRA, has intensified the fight against tax inversion in order to seal the revenue leakages, with a heightened focus on addressing VAT-related frauds. As part of the measures to deal with suspected VAT frauds, in January 2022, the ZRA commenced investigations of suspected VAT refund transactions, which led to the identification of 175 cases, mostly on the Copperbelt and Lusaka provinces, for alleged VAT fraud, of which 10 cases are under prosecution before the courts of law. Zambia Revenue Authority has secured 4 convictions in the Economic and Financial Crimes Court, while 6 cases are still in court, with some scheduled for appearance this month. The ZRA has equally instituted strong cultural reforms, with a key emphasis on ensuring that members of staff uphold and practice the core values of the authority, which are taxpayer focus, integrity, professionalism, innovation, and networking tipping. This is contained in a statement issued to Hope News by ZRA Corporate Communications Manager Oliver Nzala.
Okay. So basically, the Zambia Revenue Authority has heightened the fight against tax evasion, in particular the value-added tax or VAT-related tax frauds. Now, in 2022, that is January 2022, we commenced investigations, and after all those investigations, we found, or rather we identified about 175 taxpayers that had VAT-related issues, and out of the 175, we have already started a prosecution of about 10 of those taxpayers who we believe were the masterminds. And from the 10, we already have 4 convictions, and 6 are still in court. Some of the taxpayers will be appearing in court within this month of June 2023. But what is of paramount importance is that we are calling upon members of the public to ensure that if any of our staff or our taxpayers is involved in any of these malpractices, VAT fraud and other tax-related malpractices, we are urging them to report to the Zambia Revenue Authority Internal Affairs Unit. They can also report to the law enforcement agencies. You can also report to our investigations department. The numbers are published on the website. They are also published on our Facebook page. What we want to do is...
Now, as we end the news, let's turn our focus to religious matters. As camp meeting days draw near, churches are leaving nothing to chance as they intensify on preparations. For Sunrise Mission District in Lusaka, they have embarked on a project to electrify the campsite located in Lusaka West. Congregants in their hundreds, old and young, last Sabbath, 3rd June 2023, gathered in one place with the aim of raising resources to be used for the purpose of electrifying the site. A total of 123,121 was raised after contributions from church members and special invited guests, among them the Hambande family, who contributed up to 40,000 kwacha, while Dr. Chabota Kaliba contributed 20,000 kwacha, money which goes towards purchasing of Zesco pole lines and service cables. District Pastor Best Mbozi expressed delight to see his district making headways when they held the fundraising project, which he said will help electrify the campsite.
Sunrise Mission District leadership says it is in the process of electrifying the campsite in Lusaka West to facilitate the development of other economic activities besides the annual camp meetings. Speaking during the fundraising Big Sabbath on 3rd June 2023 at Wayside Adventist Church, Pastor Best Mbozi, the district pastor, disclosed that the district has raised 121,000 kwacha on a single day, which will be used to pay for electric poles, cables, and other necessary requirements to have the campsite electrified.
The reason why we want to electrify our campsite because we normally face a lot of challenges during our camp meeting. You will discover that our genset is down, the other genset is down. So if we are to electrify our campsite, it means that this problem will be no more. I also want to recognize people who have come in to help us. People like Elder James Mwene Gwabira. He sent us a 500 kwacha. We really thank him. May God bless him. We also want to thank our Madam Kasumpa Kavalata from Central Church. He sent us a 2,000. We want to thank our mom. May God continue blessing us as well. Now we also want to thank our two guest of honors, Dr. Chavo Takareva from Jacaranda SDA Church. He sent us a 20,000 toward the same project. So this is a huge money. What we can just say is that may God continue blessing the elder. We also want to thank the family of Elder Hampende. He's a great man. The family has given us a 40,000 toward the same project.
And the guest of honor, Elder Wyson Zulu, a member of Njanje Adventist Church, praised the members for the unity exhibited in contributing their resources towards the electrification of campsite, adding that the project will empower members in terms of job creation, saying that this will attract projects such as poultry farming, gardening, and agriculture, among others. Meanwhile, members talked to expressed optimism that the project will be implemented, further calling on all their fellow members to come on board to ensure that the remaining balance of 250,000 kwacha is attained to complete the project.
Kwanilisire kudosera malaiti kusasa kwatu so that tikwanise kutamanda mulungu watu kupitira munjira zili zonse kozi malaiti yamatishita disturb timankhala botangwanika sitimapemphera bwino timajubizika majense timasebenza bwino bwino so apa tifuna kuti tinkhale na malaiti tifunika tigwepo maningi makamaka ise bana bachichepele ma youths na bazimayi angankhale bazimayi ndiye bapasa bana batu ndrama bazimayi ndiye bachusa vonse na bazibambo but bana bachichepele tifunika tiyanganilepo maningi kuti zamene tili nazo titandizile so that neve mulungu azatibwezera.
Sunrise Mission District was realigned from the old Makenivilla Mission District in 2022, and it has a membership of close to 3,800. Reporting for Hope Channel Zambia, Stella Mutanda in Lusaka.
Thanks a lot, Stella, for that report, and that item brings us to the end of the bulletin. Before we go, let's recap on stories that made headlines. President Hichilema calls for hard work among Zambians. A local non-governmental organization has stepped in to end school absenteeism among girl children due to menstrual health. Mission Through Airwaves concert raises hope for differently abled Chongwe resident. Family strengthened by God's word despite mysterious death of Brian Njunga, and over 123,000 kwacha has been raised towards campsite electrification for Sunrise Mission District in Lusaka. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Bright Sinkozi on behalf of the entire studio and production team, not forgetting our correspondents across the country. Sharon Akufuna was on sign language. God bless and bye for now.